Hello everybody, my name is Lynx and welcome back to Warframe. We're back. We're making videos again. Hopefully this goes up today if I get around to it. So, we're gonna do something that I kind of decided to do just because a lot of people kind of look for these things, especially now that so many people are playing the game. So, if you're watching this video, there's a high chance that you just started the game. You're given three choices. You're given between Excalibur, Mag, and Loki. Now, who do you pick? Personally, I picked Excalibur. So Excalibur is this dude. He looks pretty plain, but we'll talk about that later. And for me, he is the best pick for any of the three characters they give you. Period. I'd say probably. I don't know. I don't have any official numbers. A lot of people start the game with this character, which is really which says something, which is that this is a really good character. He wasn't always good. He was nerfed a little while back, and he's alright now. He's still pretty great. But you're probably watching this thinking, what does this guy have to offer that I would find interesting? Now we're gonna get into that. So basically, this is Excalibur, and what he does is pretty easy. So everything that he does revolves around this, your melee weapon. Now, I have the Galatine, the regular Galatine. Now, for a beginning player, this is an easy weapon to get. However, your beginning weapon, the Skana, will do just fine. I believe I have one. Maybe I don't have one. Well, okay. Starting from, we'll just do this, just because I can. We will do this as no weapon. So, as you can see, we have no melee weapon. There we go, no melee weapon. What Excalibur's abilities allow is for all of his, oh no, I'm pretty sure it's his fourth and third abilities, and I think his first, are improved by his melee weapon. And that's the first thing we'll talk about, which is a passive. Now, if you're new to the game, which you might be if you're watching this video, a passive is something every character in the game has, and it's something that is not changed at all unless you have an Ormod. So, this guy's Excalibur's passive is that he makes all melee weapons swing faster, which is, it's valuable depending on what you're looking for, but it's pretty valuable. So, starting with his first ability, we'll go ahead and spawn in some really basic enemies. I'll go ahead and just pick some of these guys because these are the only enemies you're really gonna need to worry about while you're in the first stages of the game, because you don't get to the Corpus for a little while. Why is this? There we go. You don't get to the Corpus for a little bit, not a really high amount of time, but decent amount of time. It'll take you to get to these guys, to the Corpus, but we'll go ahead and do these guys. I did not want to do that many. Go like that. There we go. So his first ability is it's called the slash dash, and does that. It does, well, unless you fall off the edge. It does basically this, and what this does is that it allows you to either slash enemy like that, it slashes them, or it can let you travel really far, like decently far, depending on how your range is. Now, the cool thing about this is that while you are using this, depending on the range other enemies are at, as you can see, it goes and seeks out other enemies, and it's pretty good. Costs 25 energy. This is a good thing with Excalibur, is that his energy, the energy scales are a really good thing to start off with as well, which is that every ability he has scales by 25. So his first ability is 25, second ability is 50, third and fourth, so on. So you can go ahead and do, don't worry about this, by the way, I'm just doing this so I don't have anything in my hands. Yeah, so that's all the enemies gone of that little pack I spawned there. Now, as you can see, right now, it's pretty good level. And again, these guys are level 20, not something you necessarily need. You're not something you're necessarily going against. Ignore the installed Destiny 2 file there. I keep going off the edge. Again, enemies that are level 20 won't really pop up for you until a little bit later, but by then you'll be pretty well seasoned to the point where you can handle them. So, moving on, we'll spawn in the same enemies. Go ahead and dash over here. And this ability is the Radial Blind. Now, the way I have him built is it doesn't last for very long, which is intentional. So as you can see, you use that, and they are blinded like this. And while they're like that, you can run up behind them and kill them as a stealth kill. Now, what the stealth kills do is it gives extra affinity and does extra damage. If I had a melee weapon, these guys would be pretty easy dead, but as you can see, I don't even need a melee weapon. Finisher damage, which is what this is already pretty strong. That, I think there's another guy over here. Maybe not. So that's the second ability. The third ability is called the Radial Javelin. Now what Radial Javelin does is it sends out little swords across the map, and it stabs everyone. So like that. As you can see, everyone is now dead. Now something that people do is, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Something that people do is that basically they do the combination of the second and third abilities. So you run over here. This isn't really necessary for all enemies, but it's useful. So you go like that, they all stop, and you go bang. And again, all. I missed one. Okay, well, usually there's something going on with that. But yeah, pretty good room clearer. If you're into crowd control and doing stuff over a large area, that is for you. The final ability weighs into the sword. Now this is the sword. Now, as you can see, as in the bottom right corner, the energy is not going down as you would normally have it. So the energy, this ability drains energy over time. So as you can see, I'm going 254, 3, 252, 251, etc. And what this does is that when you do a slice, the blade goes out for a little while. It doesn't go out infinitely, but it goes out for a little while. And you can also channel with this, which is you hold down, I'm not sure what key it is on PC. I know what it is on console. It is left trigger. You hold down and it channels the blade, and it makes it kind of just glow and gives more damage while spending more energy for each enemy it hits. So with my build, I can keep this going for a little while. So I don't need to recast it. So we can go like this. Boom, he's dead. You're dead, you're dead. Everyone kind of just falls really easy to this. And oop, no, come back. Come back. Come back. There you go. You have to kind of be quick with this because there you go. The blades are not exactly the quickest thing, but you know, it gets the job done. Now we go into this. So with a actual loadout, you'd have something like the Galatine, which is, like I said, very good weapon for early game. And then you'd have a build for later on. You'd have something like this. Now this is something that is not really accessible to every player at all during the in the first little bit of the game. But if we go over here, oh no, I don't. Oh, okay, well, we'll clear this. So in the beginning of the game, let's see, you won't have an ore mod quite yet. You would have something like Vitality. That goes there, which is health. If you're newer, you might think, okay, shields is necessary, right? You might want to be able to run fast, so you have something like, where is the thing? You'd have something like Rush, which is run faster. And then you'd have something like maybe Intensify, which makes the power better. It makes it stronger. And then you have something like maybe Continuity. Continuity, which gives more power duration, meaning that the blind would last longer. The blind from the Radial Javelin will last longer. You'd have something like Flow, which gives more energy in your cap. And then let's say you're newer and you don't quite know how things work, so you'd have something like I don't know, maybe like this one, I guess. I don't have enough space for that, but this is like kind of what you'd go for if you're newer-ish. These would all be broken, kind of, because you're newer, but you know, over time it'll get different. But even with just those things, you can see these same enemies. Oops. And they all pretty much die pretty quickly. Now we take into account the weapon. Now, as you saw before, the the enemies called the ballistas, these snipers, they died in like one slash dash, right? Now we go like this, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's one hit. So as you can see, and there's what I was talking about before, is if they're in a certain range, you can hit multiple enemies at once. And as you saw, since this is now stronger because I have a melee weapon, like I said, this character takes damage from melee weapons and adds it to his own. So we go like this, and it's one hit. So pretty great. Now, if you are a more advanced player and you're thinking, I didn't start with Excalibur, what am I doing? Well, let's say you're around Master 10, you'd have something like this, which is the Galatine Prime, and you wouldn't have this build. You would have something like this, which is what I have. You would do a thing like this. Look familiar to anyone? And then we would go over here. You would be in a higher level scenario, so you'd have a little bit higher level. And then you go like this, and then still. A little bit higher level, right? Doesn't matter, right? Nothing matters. Yeah, so as you can see, level 50 enemies don't really matter to Excalibur. That is the thing that I've come to think about with these three characters, which is Excalibur, Mag, and Volt, which is that Excalibur does the most damage of all of them. Loki is... I forgot, Loki is not a starter. It's Excalibur, Mag, and Volt. Yeah. Volt is okay on damage. Mag is more of CC. Excalibur is the damage one. So as you can see, we kind of cleared up that little pack pretty quickly. And we'll do that again, except with some... We'll go ahead and throw in some highly strong enemies, like you. Now, for anyone still watching that's new to the game, you might be thinking, what is this guy? He's just bumping up the levels, and that's just one enemy. Well, it is quite a difficult enemy. And as you can see... And we can do channeling, which I was talking about. And he's dead. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So, kind of, if you're looking for if you're watching this thinking I need a first character, they give me this list of characters, I need the first one. I'd say go with Excalibur. I'll be making videos on all three of them. Excalibur, Mag, and Volt. Yeah. I'd say for sure go with Excalibur. Maybe you are thinking differently and you want something else, but yeah, that's gonna be for this video, guys. Oh, also, if you wanted to buy Excalibur, it costs 75 platinum, which you do not have in the beginning of the game, or you can get him from beating Ambulus on Pluto, which not really difficult, but oh wait, yeah, they just reworked him, huh? Yeah, he's a little bit more difficult since they reworked him, but still not really hard to get. So anything I'm missing? Not really, right? Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment down below. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. If you picked Excalibur, let me know. That'd be really cool if I actually help someone say, hey, I want to pick this character. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.